It led to huge protests in Jammu and Kashmir in March 2000, the alleged killing of 5 civilians by the army in Pathribal that led to a standoff between the public and security forces. Now, 14 years later, case has been closed by the army. All 5 soldiers who were involved in this encounter have been let off. The army has closed the case, saying the evidence that was recorded could not establish prima facie charges against the 5 army personnel who were accused of killing 5 civilians in March 2000. The army claimed that the 5 men killed in a joint operation with police who are militants. After widespread protests in the area, these bodies were exhumed and it was proved that these were innocent civilians and not mercenaries. A CBI court then indicted a brigadier, a lieutenant colonel, 2 majors and a subedar for setting up a fake encounter. However, on the Supreme Court's orders, the army took over the case from a Srinagar court, and now it has said that it will be closing Pathribal fake encounter case as they haven't found any evidence on record that could establish the guilt of these 5 people. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar has said he's very disappointed with this case being closed by the army. In a tweet, the Chief Minister said Pathribal encounter cannot be closed or wished away like this, with the findings of the CBI so self-evident. He said he will be asking the Law Department and Advocate General to examine legal options. Shuja ul Haq is joining us from Srinagar with the very latest. Shuja, I want you to first bring to us the reactions from various political parties. You've of course heard from the Chief Minister, who has expressed his disappointment over army closing this case.
Well, Ruchika, this decision of the army and the announcement is drawing sharp reactions from almost all sections of the society in Kashmir Valley. You heard what Chief Minister had to say. He tweeted and said that this is not the way that a case like this can be closed, and he has hinted that he will ask his own mechanism to find out what can be done, in the process of ensuring justice is delivered. But having said that, other stakeholders, including the family members whose relatives were killed in this entire encounter, have been criticizing this entire announcement. We have to understand that people are asking questions as to how come the premier agency, CBI, finds enough evidence and declares that this was this was nothing but cold-blooded murders that the army had done at that point of time. And how come the army's internal court of inquiry finds nothing against the very same people which have been indicted by the Central Bureau of Investigation? This is the moot question, the moot point that most of the people would be asking in terms of tough questions towards army. And certainly there would be some reaction that would be sought from the army top brass as well. As of now, we haven't heard anything from them. Just that a press release was issued yesterday evening, in which they had said that they haven't found anything in terms of concrete evidence against these officials. But clearly, this is an issue which has the potential to snowball into a major controversy once again in Kashmir Valley.
Well, political leadership there in the valley is saying this is a step back as far as confidence-building measures between the locals and the army is concerned. The army closing this case, saying there's no evidence on record to go ahead with the prosecution of these 5 people who were named by the CBI. Thank you very much, Shuja, for joining us with that update.